most people think having a good memory is an innate gift. You're either born with it or you're not. That is wrong. Flat out wrong. Having a good memory is just like baking a pie. All the ingredients are there. You just need to know what to do with them.
A few months ago, I connected with Sabrina Cruz from the Answer in Progress channel about training her memory.
Hi there, I'm Sabrina Cruz. I'm a YouTuber at Answer in Progress, and I used to be really insecure about my memory.
With trepidation, she told me she wanted to memorize 3,141 digits of pi. I told her that was easy, and she nervously laughed.
I'm gonna cut. I need to drink water. I got so flustered.
I told her with a few basic components, she'd be able to improve her memory, train her memory to a point where she could memorize all of those digits and perform them perfectly.
I'm somewhat daunted, but I think that it can be fun. I think just the goal of I remember I needed to Google to confirm that the first 4 digits was 3141. So that's my starting point.
These are the ingredients that I told her she'd need to make her pie a reality. See what I did there? Man, that was a long setup. First, you gotta lay down that crust. And what that crust represents is your intention, the intent, the importance that you place on this memory task that you're trying to achieve. Without that, you're getting nowhere. You have no pie. So when Sabrina kept coming back to me saying, oh, I wanna do this, I wanna do this, yet she kept putting it off, I knew in my head she wasn't gonna be able to do it. Until she finally said, hey, I'm gonna do a 30-day challenge, and by the end of 30 days, I'm gonna have all 3,000 whatever digits of pi. And that's how she managed her goal. It sounds cool to wanna memorize this and that and have all these big plans, but if you don't have the real motivation to do so, the real why, you're getting nowhere. Next is your filling. You gotta fill that pie with the actual stuff that makes up the pie. In this case, the majority of it, most of it, is blueberries, because it's a blueberry pie. The basic components are the blueberries, then you got the sugars to kind of make it sweet, then you got the cornstarch so it doesn't get all soupy, and then you have a little bit of the lemon juice to make it have a little bit of that zang. So think of the blueberries as your system. What's the way you're gonna encode that into something you can visualize? Because that's the first step. You gotta picture the stuff that you're trying to memorize. In the case of Sabrina, she had to come up with her PAO system, person, action, object, where she turns all her numbers into silly, bizarre pictures, such as
Giant hot dog man, looking very proud, holding up a bag full of hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, they're wild. Then think of the sugar as how is she gonna store it? So in this case, she used a memory palace to store all those thousands of digits. That was the only way she was ever gonna get them in order. And she had to plan that using this storage system. Where was she gonna place those images that she created? Then you got the lemon juice and the cornstarch. Those are kind of like the little extra additives to make the stuff that you're memorizing more memorable. Then you gotta assemble the pie. Now, this is when you put all of that together. What is the plan? Because memorizing a few hundred digits, okay, you could probably do that in one sitting, but 3,141, that takes a plan. How many memory palaces do you need? How many are you gonna learn over this period of time? It's not as straightforward as just building a big memory palace. You can, but it's challenging. So I told Sabrina she should break it up into memory palaces of 50 locations each. There's about 300 images per set, let's say. She roughly does about 10 or 11. She's got the 3,000. So memorizing anything, especially if it's a big project, you gotta have a plan. How are you gonna apply that intention? How are you gonna apply that system to memorize the thing that you're trying to memorize? Can you still see me? Yeah. The last step, I guess this is pretty important, is baking. You gotta put the pie in the oven, let it bake, let it sit there, let it cook for that certain amount of time. And this is akin to review. This is where you know the stuff, but you really gotta bake it into your mind. And that takes time. You can't rush a bake, right? There's a certain amount of time you gotta put in the oven and let it sit there. So you gotta review. Especially if it's a big project, you gotta have a plan on how you're gonna review as well. I told Sabrina to do it in chunks of 300. She'd review. I basically told her to review whenever she had a chance, whether she was in a gym, rock climbing, driving, laying in bed at night. Those are the places that you gotta review. Whenever you have a pocket of time, you gotta review, because that's gonna ensure that you're building it into you're baking it. Oh yeah, you're baking it into your long-term memory.
Now I have the most useless party trick, to be honest. My friends think I'm weird now. It's fine. Thank you.
I think the pie's done now. We should go get it. That, my friends, is how you make an amazing memory. Now, if you want to learn more about Sabrina's attempt and whether she got all 3,141 digits of pi at her grand expose, check out her video link in the description or up here somewhere. And if you want to know how I memorized 10,000 digits of pi, check out the videos I have linked below. And hey, if you have a big memory project that you're up to, feel free to ask me a question. Send me a note, send me a message, write a comment, and I'd love to help you out. Thanks for watching. Now I'm gonna eat some pie, and here's some pie for you.
3.14159, 2653589, 793238, 462643, 383279, 502884, 197169.